G'day folks, and welcome back to another time-wasting adventure. If you enjoyed my Magnemite video where Magnemite somehow defeated Pokemon Yellow by himself, you're going to enjoy this one. Today we're going back to Pokemon Emerald and we're pitting another Pokemon who is weak against the most popular type used in Emerald, Water. However, it's not a fire type we're dealing with. This time we're using the first form of Flygon, Trapinch. Seeing its stats, you can instantly tell where a problem lies: 10 base speed, making it the slowest ground type in the entire game. However, by contrast, its 100 base attack is the highest by first form that has a 3-stage evolution, and weirdly enough, it has higher base attack than its evolution Vibrava and equal with Flygon. However, our other stats are fairly underwhelming. We have mostly ground and dark moves to work with, and dark was special prior to Generation 4, so it won't hit as hard. However, it will do well against Roxanne and maybe even Tate and Liza. By TM, we have Earthquake, which we will need, Rock Tomb, and maybe some normal moves might come in handy, but the status moves will be for sure needed. Of course, this is a Trapinch only, no other Pokemon, glitch, exploit, or item in battle, with the exception being held items. Let's begin. Using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, we can change Torchic to Trapinch, meaning we can use it from the start, and we'll have to battle a water type for extra difficulty when we battle May. I name it Homer because...
Slow? They call you slow! How dare you!
Our ability is Hyper Cutter, which makes us immune to having our attack reduced, so we avoid Growl, Intimidate, Charm, etc. So that is awesome. We are actually female, which means Attract will come in handy for the Elite Four. Our nature is mild, so an increase in special attack but a decrease in defense. Less defense is always bad as we'll be attacking second, but I don't mind our dark moves being stronger, so it's definitely usable. So we start with Bite, which is 60 power and causes flinching, but only if we attack first. May's first fight at level 5, we're one hit away from victory, but as we're attacking second, we always go down. However, on our fourth attempt, Mudkip used Growl, which doesn't affect us, so we end up winning. Let's talk about experience quickly. Trapinch is in the medium slow category, needing 1,059,860 experience for level 100, same as first form starters. However, this means it will level up faster than the medium fast category who need 1,000,000 experience points up until about the mid-level 40s. This means that the early game is actually going to be pretty fast, and we level up quickly. We have Bite, and level 8 is Sand Attack, and level 17 we have Feint Attack. We could have a chance to beat Roxanne at that level, so I do give it a try. I two-shot Roxanne's 2 Geodudes and only take 1 tackle in the process. I get a lucky critical hit on Nosepass as she heals with her Berry Potions. It was definitely needed as I get brought to 1 health, but I land the finishing blow on my first try. After a few levels I battle May, but I actually pay the price from not healing and picking the wrong move, and I actually go down. But on my second try, by complete contrast, I took no damage. Going to Dewford Town, my first challenge has arisen, the Fighting Gym. The team resists both dark and rock moves, so I have to level up a bit until I learn my first ground move, the incredibly inaccurate and weak Sand Tomb. 15 power, 70 accuracy. I doubt this will be enough. Even before I get to the gym, I'm actually having trouble battling the trainers in the gym. I lost most of my health to this one trainer due to my high attack and low defense combined with confusion luck that really makes it hit hard. After a while, I do get Sand Tomb and replace Feint Attack with it. Between it and Bite, although Feint Attack never misses, Bite has a chance to flinch and has the same power, and I need Sand Tomb to deal with electric types till I get Dick, so it's definitely needed. Even at level 26, I almost get crushed by Machop as I barely hang on getting to Makahita, who easily accounts for me with Vital Throw. More experience is definitely required. There is more experience available within this Team Aqua takeover of Slateport, the trainers north towards Morvale, and the May fight. The May fight took a few tries, as even though I can ruin Marsh Tom's accuracy whilst it goes for Bide, it still finds a way to take me out as my luck is just that bad. However, on my third try, I didn't have the worst luck in the world and get by Marshtomp and the rest of May's team comfortably, allowing me to get to Morvine. I'm now at level 29. Our attack is, well, nice, but the portion of the run isn't. However, I do get Crunch at level 33 and Dig at level 41. We won't have Earthquake till after the 7th gym, so we're going to have to dig deep. Even at level 30, I'm doing a bit better at the Brawly fight, but I'm still taking far too much damage to stand a chance against Makahita. It can last a long time due to its healing items, and my defense is just too low, so I do have to get more experience. At level 33 with Crunch, I battle Roxon, but this is another brutal one. I take down Voltorb and Electrike without many issues, but Magneton has Supersonic, and that dooms me because of my high attack and low defense. I lose a third of my health due to confusion, and even though I do good damage with Sand Tomb when it hits, I don't last long, so I'm going to have to bank on Magneton missing Supersonic to get through this. Whilst I'm in the area, I go west to Venderturf Town to pick up TM45 for a trait. I'll definitely need this in the long run to stall against the opposite gender, who may have Pokemon that are stronger than me, so it's best to pick this up now. Finally, I get to level 36 when I battle Watson again. With Magneton, it misses Supersonic and I lower its speed with Rock Tomb, and now that I'm faster, I finish it with Sand Tomb. And with Magnetric, I immobilize it with a trait, hit it for half its health with Rock Tomb, and get it to a sliver with Sand Tomb. It heals with a Citrus Berry, and I finish it with Crunch. Rewarding battle. Naturally, I completely crush Brawly with my Attract and Crunch combo. I do have a fight with Team Magma and Flannery coming up, so I train to level 41 and learn Dig, my first real strong move. This will hit like a cannonball, assuming I don't get confused, and Maxi was an absolute breeze. I only took 15 damage the entire fight, he didn't stand a chance. I didn't even have full health coming into the Flannery fight, and apart from a close battle with Torkoal at the end, I completely crushed a whole team with Dig. However, I don't have that sort of luck with Norman's gym. Naturally, Spinder is faster and hits me with Titadans, a 100% accuracy-inducing move. This hits me incredibly badly. Even if I get by Spinder before I get to Slacking, his Vigoroth and Lone Noon always attack first, so they really hit me hard, so I've got no chance at this stage. I'm actually faster at level 50, which I didn't anticipate, but I end up missing Rock Tomb, and I didn't even get a hit in due to confusion, and I quickly lose the battle. This Spinder fella,
this guy was a real jerk.
Next try, and it's even worse, as I get to Slacking with most of my health intact because Noon just used Belly Drum, and I get attract on Slacking as it was using Counter, so I could win this. However, I end up using Dig, and of course, it finishes me off in spite of attraction with Counter. On my next try getting to Slacking, I have an amazing long strategic victory. It prepares Counter for nothing as I use Attract. I use Rock Tomb to lower its speed on its non-attacking turns and hope it loses its turns due to Infatuation. This works well as I landed in red health and it uses its attacking turns to heal, so eventually I become fast from all the Rock Tombs and I shut it down, winning the battle. The next portion of this run involves me surfing from Morvale to prepare myself for the Flying Gym. The experience here is pretty good, and I completely crush the Weather Institute Aqua Battle, as you can imagine, and I do the same with the May fight shortly afterwards. I know I'm over leveled, but it's necessary for the next portion of the game. With the Flying Gym, I actually lost in the most ridiculous fashion. I completely bulldozed Swablu, Tropius, and Pelipper, with Rock Tomb cooperating long enough. However, with Skarmory, I hit Rock Tomb for just under half its health, then brought it to above red with Crunch. Then proceed to miss Rock Tomb 3 times in a row, critically hit it when I really didn't need to, then miss another 2 times against Altaria. In an 80% accuracy move with no debuffs, I landed 44% of the time. However, after 2 more tries, I get sand attacked by Skarmory, so I just use Crunch, then miss Rock Tomb twice again, then hit the 3rd time I knock it out. Then I proceed to hit my next 2 on Altaria, my second after it healed, to one-shot it. Anyway, making my way to Lily Cove, I battled May to get into the department store. I had no issues dispatching her whole team once again. I pick up Protect just in case, and then pick up Double Team at the Morvale game corner. This will be mandatory later on, so I have it in my inventory. We now come to the more difficult portion of the run, where there are a number of important battles. I have to prepare for Tate and Liza, the 7th gym leaders, and I have Crunch, but I have to be at least faster than Claydol to stand a chance. As my speed is slow, I'll have to train speed EVs like I did with Slugma. I can't even get there, as with my Maxi fight, I get completely shut down by Mightyana's Swagger, which increases my attack, but also confuses me. I lose 100 health from confusion and get finished off. In fact, his 2 fastest Pokemon have confusion-inducing moves, so this could take a while. Until on the very next try, where Mightyena missed Swagger, and Golbat just used Air Cutter instead of Confuse Ray, and I completely swat her aside. Well, that was incredibly better. Next, it's the Aqua Takeover. They've taken Captain Stern's submarine, so I have to go back to their hideout in Lily Cove. Matt the admin gave me some grief with his Golbat's Confuse Ray, but I got through just fine. As you can probably tell, even with my considerable level lead, I'm frail and slow and can't use Earthquake on any of Tate and Liza's team due to flying types and the levitate ability. I do have Crunch to deal good damage, but my special attack isn't particularly great. I catch my Magikarp to use in battle as it won't have any effect. Between its name and my level, you can guess my next comment. However, even at this level, I get crushed almost instantly. I go to Shoal Cave to create a shell bell. I went here at about 2 o'clock roughly so I can get the shells when the tide is high. Then I exit it and re-enter it around 4 o'clock so I'll have the salt to collect, so I can have my own shell bell. This will restore health whenever I attack. I do a bit better a level higher and last a little longer, but can only take out half of Tate and Liza's team, so I'll definitely have to level more. I train just north of Rustboro City to Route 115. I've used some berries to lower my health, attack, and defense so I can concentrate on putting more effort values into speed. And it's working pretty well as I'm constantly running into Wingull, Taillow, and Swallow, all of which have speed effort values. At level 69, nice, Trapinch only had 59 speed. However, at level 73, it now has 69 speed. Nice. At level 77, I'm now faster than Claydol, but I'm still only able to take out half of Tate and Liza's team. But I'm also very close to getting a one-shot on Claydol, so one more level, and that should be enough. And lo and behold, a level later is exactly what happened. I one-shot Xatu and Claydol, take a bit of damage from Earthquake, and then as Lunatone comes out, I get it to a pixel of health from Crunch, but Citrus Berry gets it out of full restore range, which is lucky, so I finish it off. Solrock lands a critical flamethrower, but can't take a crunch, so we win pretty easily. I now have a fairly stressful battle with Steven against the Magma Grunts in the Moss Deep Space Center. They have 6 Pokemon, 4 of which have confusion dealing moves, and I try and stall Mightyena with Attract as Steven's Metang takes out Camerupt. I take out Mightyena, but Golbat comes out and confuses Metang. I knock out Golbat with Rock Tomb, but the other Mightyena comes out and gets me with Swagger, as Camerupt's Earthquake brings me to half, knocks Metang out, and takes his own Mightyena to red, as my strength takes Camerupt out. One hit from confusion, and I'm done. And now I've got to deal with both Crobat and Mightyena, both of which have confusion dealing moves. Crobat confuses Aggron as it comes out, and it hurts itself, but I bypass confusion this turn and one-shot Crobat with Rock Tomb. Aggron hurts itself again, and I hit Crunch, taking out Mightyena, and winning this battle, funnily enough, we're both on 100 health by the end. After that, I go through the depths of the seafloor cavern to find TM26 for Earthquake, easily our best move, and I completely demolish Archie, as you can imagine. After Groudon on Kyogre caused chaos, I go to the Sky Pillar, torpedo away Quasar, and get it to restore normality in the weather. I'm now able to battle 1 for the 8th badge. I completely destroyed this entire team. I used Attract on Kingdra for safety, and even in spite of his double teams, I hit my second Earthquake and won easily. So after all that, it's taken 15 hours to get to this point, but I have to prepare for the Elite Four. I first have to battle Wally at Victory Road, but I crushed him almost instantly. Altaria was the only Pokemon who can land any damage. I also decide to level to 85, where I also try to do some speed effort values. Here's our stats. Our attack is excellent, and our special stats aren't completely bad, but our defense, health, and speed are. Only one way to find out though. I had to try Sydney a few times as Shifty was faster and used Swagger, but on the third try I got past it, I was able to get by and also account for Phoebe. After a few failed attempts at Glacier where Glalie outsped me, I tried to brute force it at level 89 where neither Glalie attacked. I still took big damage from Walrein, however got through in the end. Next was Drake, and I used this to replace Crunch with Double Team and use Attract on Shelgon as I build up my double teams. I don't take a hit, and Kingdra missed Attract, and Altaria missed Double Edge, so I one-hit KO them accordingly. However, with Flygon, I can only use Rock Tomb, which does very little damage. It actually matters as it lasts long enough to eventually take me out with 2 Earthquakes, in spite of my max evasion and its infatuation. After that, I decide to replace Rock Tomb with Secret Power. It's a 70 power physical move that causes secondary effects. As we're inside an arena, it has a 30% chance to paralyze. I also do some more EV training in Meteor Falls, as this has Golbat, as I definitely need more speed. This works perfectly, as by level 91, I have 103 speed. This should be enough. Okay, here we go again. With Sydney, I'm faster than her whole team, and even though I missed twice at Earthquake because of Shifty's double team, I'm able to sweep her team without taking any damage. Next is Phoebe, and much like Sydney, she's a complete no damage fight. Earthquake just barrels her over. Third is Glacier, and once again, now that I'm faster than Glalie and Walrein, it's another Earthquake sweep, no damage. Fourth is Drake, and I do my usual attract and double team combo on Sheldon to prepare for the rest of his team. I'm faster than Kingdra, but I forgot that at the time. Anyways, I still take no damage one-shotting it. Altaria, I two-shot with Secret Power, and I attract Flygon, and it will take 3 shots to take it down. However, it still hits me with 2 Earthquakes to bring me to 34 health. Last is Salamence, who thankfully misses Dragonclaw, and I'm able to do half damage and paralyze it with Secret Power. It uses its Citrus Berry, and I thought I wouldn't be able to take it out, but I crit my second attack to knock it out. Finally, it's Wallace, and this isn't an easy battle. Wailord I'm faster than, and I can one-shot it with Earthquake, but Tentacruel is second, and it actually misses Hydro Pump, but lands a second for 3/4 of my health as I one-shot it. Third is Whiscash, and I try to attract it, but its nature negates that and finishes me off easily. As Wallace will bring out Tentacruel second, I can't reliably set up double teams on Ludicolo like I did with Slugma. As Wailord normally hits with Water Spout, my Secret Power will weaken its attack, as it is based on the amount of health Wailord has. I also have to get Paralysis, stall with a track, and set up double teams. It's possible, but I have to have a lot of things happen. At my 6th try, I do get my paralysis to stick on Wailord as he takes 2/5 of my health out with Water Spout. I then attract and start double teams. I get great luck with paralysis and attraction until Wailord hits a second Water Spout and only have 1/5 of my health left. I max out evasion and finish Wailord off. Tentacruel misses Ice Beam and it's a one-shot. Whiscash is also a one-shot with Earthquake, and my health is exactly half from Shellbell. Melodic is 4th, however, and one-shots me with Surf. Damn. If I can get better miss luck, this may be possible. On my 10th try, I get Paralysis to stick on Wailord again, as Water Spout brings me to roughly the same amount of health as last time. I repeat the same process of attract and double team, but get hit with another Water Spout and land at 37 health, so I'm not really having good attraction luck. It misses Double Edge 3 times in Blizzard, so I eventually max out my evasion and finish Wailord off. Tentacruel goes for Ice Beam again, so I take care of it, and Whiscash goes the same way, and my health is roughly at half. Melodic misses its own Ice Beam again, and I one-shot it with Earthquake. With Ludicolo, I take no chances and immediately attract it as it misses Surf. Earthquake brings it to red, which is perfect, as I continuously beat upon this target to get more health back as it heals. I do miss a few attacks here and there due to double team, but I'm in no danger. Eventually, I'm at full health as I take out Ludicolo. Last is Gyarados, and I'm faster, so I attract it. However, Gyarados' Dragon Dance wrestles back the speed advantage. It gets infatuated the first turn as I take it to half health with one secret power. It thankfully misses its Hyper Beam the next turn, and I can finish it off, becoming the new champion and at level 92. I didn't even think I had a chance with my speed. I guess you want me to try the post game with Stephen Stone. However, there's absolutely no way I'll be able to get past his team. Stephen's team have levels in the mid to high 70s with high defense and high attacking moves. I'll be slower than his first Pokemon Skarmory, who can end it with Toxic, as there's no way I'll be able to deal enough damage. Luckily, all his team, bar Claydol and Metagross, are male, so I can use Attract, but I doubt I'll last long. First try, and I try to build up double teams on Skarmory as I attract it to stall. Steel Wing does half my health, and I get finished off in 2 more Aerial Aces. Yep, it's going to be brutal. The worst part is that I don't have any good moves for Skarmory. I already got rid of Rock Tomb, and all the other moves aren't effective on it either, so there is no way I'm winning this without insane, unrealistic luck. Even at level 100, I don't even have 100 defense. Based on my Slugma challenge, I may be faster than some of Steven's Pokemon, but not Claydol, Skarmory, or Metagross. Anyway, I'll try. I replaced Crunch with Secret Power and tried to stall Skarmory out, but I'm doing no damage whatsoever. It actually switched out to Cradily mid-fight, and I bring it to a slither of health with Earthquake before getting finished off with Giga Drain. The best I could do out of 8 failed attempts was one where I did nothing to Skarmory with Hidden Power for Steven to switch it out to Aggron. I actually one-shot it with Earthquake, and I'm able to immobilize Cradily long enough to eventually take her out with Earthquake and Hidden Power after it heals. Next is Almaldo, and I use Attract and Earthquake to bring it to red health, but it uses Aerial Ace for a third of my health. I take it out eventually, but Skarmory crits me with Aerial Ace and finishes me off. I thought of getting Rock Slide as an alternative, but it's only by tutor, and that's through the Battle Frontier, and you have to have 36 points for that, so that'll take ages. I thought of using Mimic as a move, but in Generation 2 and onward, you can't copy any one of the opponent's moves. It was the last move they used, and you'd only have 5 uses of that move, so I can't even use something like Water Pulse by Aggron, so I'm going to have to call it here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, subscribe, enjoy what's coming up soon. I'm Walter Furkey 101, and see you next time. Or so you and I initially thought, because although this battle may look impossible, there is a very slim chance I can get past Skarmory, but it requires so many things to go my way. After 24 failed attempts, I realised that after you board the SS title, after you beat the game, you can find a hidden leftovers to restore health every turn rather than use the Shell Bell. With this, I can last a bit longer, but this is just the tip of the iceberg to survive. After 37 failed attempts, I get this run. Skarmory opens with spikes and I attract it. I start using Crunch for not much damage and start building up my double teams as I avoid Toxic and Steel Wing. Stephen will then switch out to Aggron to take Crunch damage. However, I'm faster at this point and can immobilize it with Attract, however Earthquake takes out half my health. I have to stall it with Attract and double team long enough to get my double teams in and also my health up. I generally get good attraction luck with Aggron, so I eventually one-shot it with Earthquake and my health is almost full. I use Attract and Earthquake on Credilli and get it to use a full restore as I heal back up to full health and I two-shot it. Next is Almaldo, and it's tougher as it has Aerial Ace which bypasses double team. I attract it and naturally lose a third of my health to Aerial Ace. My Earthquake brings it to red health as it hits me a second time and I'm below half health. However, I do get some health back as it uses a turn healing and I can two-shot it. Skarmory will always use Aerial Ace when it comes back out and brings me to a quarter of a health as I have to reapply Attract. I also have to either hope for a critical hit or a special defense drop from Crunch to be able to knock it out as fast as I can. On this occasion, I was lucky that I avoided Stephen using a full restore on it, but generally I will land in red health, so I have to last through around 10 or so turns of Crunch. I'm at 38 health by the time I get to Metagross. It naturally finishes me off with Shadow Ball, but I threw in an in-battle save that stopped the footage to demonstrate what else had happened. I reset until I beat Metagross with a one-shot Earthquake, and last it is Claydol. I do less than half with Crunch while dodging Earthquake and landed in red health on the second turn, so Stephen will naturally use a full restore. But I get a special defense drop, so 2 more attacks will do the job, assuming that I miss another attack. And it does, and I do win, but I had to cheat to get there. So in essence, I have to ensure that Skarmory has to be switched into Aggron. I have to max out double teams and avoid attacks on Aggron, avoid attacks by Credilli, avoid attacks by Almaldo, have decent health going into Skarmory, and it lasts at least 10 turns of Crunch, and Stephen using a full restore, assuming that there's no special defense drop or a critical hit, although that is preferred. I have to dodge one attack against Metagross, and I have to dodge or last against Claydol. For these things to happen is near on impossible, but if this is possible after 38 tries, I'll sit here and grind out attempts. I've come this far knowing I've got a slither of hope, so strap yourself in. So on my 44th attempt, I get this run. Skarmory hits for 2/5 of my health as I immobilize it and start attacking. I get one hit in and switch between double team and Crunch. Stephen switches out to Aggron and I attract it. It does hit me with Earthquake for 100 damage, but misses its Solar Beam afterwards, then hits another Earthquake. I'm at max evasion by this point, so I just one-shot it. I thought I'd be doomed with my luck so far, but I still attract Credilli and continue to heal gradually as I get it to low health from Earthquake. It heals, giving me 2 attacks to take it down. With Almaldo, I repeat the same process and get it to low health, and it loses its attacking turn trying to heal, so I two-shot it with Earthquake, and I've healed to about 3/4 by the time I get back to Skarmory. It opens with Aerial Ace, so I have to reapply Attract. I'm at half health as I critically hit Crunch. Unfortunately, it hits with another aerial ace and I bring it to low health, forcing it to heal, so I have to start again. I get a drop in special defense as Skarmory went for Steel Wing instead of finishing me off with aerial ace, then spikes on the next turn. I get a big critical hit to get into red health and I finish it off afterward. I'm at about half health for Metagross. It misses with Meteor Mash, thankfully, and it's a one shot with Earthquake. Last is Claydol, and it steps up Reflect for some reason, even though I'm using a special attack, and I bring it to just above half health with Crunch. Unfortunately, it critically hits me with Earthquake, taking me out. So close. On my 62nd try, Skarmory immediately goes for spikes and then gets switched out to Aggron. I start immobilizing and double teaming it, but I get hit hard with a solar beam for 120 damage. I just slap on the stall tactics as it charges again, but misses this time. Aggron charges a third time, but I just take it out before it can land any hits. I have roughly 3/4 of my health for Cradilly, and I stall it with Attract and continue to heal as I get it to red health. It misses its attack, and with 2 more, I'm at full health for Almaldo. I bring it to red health, and it stays immobilized, so I have full health for Skarmory. It surprisingly went for Toxic, that missed, and I get to attract it, but eventually does hit me with Aerial Ace for a third of my health. After a few hits, I do get 2 special defense drops in a row, so even though it will heal, I will do larger damage on the follow-up. I do get a third drop, but I do get hit with Aerial Ace again to go down to above half, then again to go down to below a third. I finish it off, and Metagross misses Shadow Ball, so I get back to Claydol with a third of my health. However, it knocks me out again with Earthquake. We need just a bit more luck. After 73 tries and 3 hours of attempts, here's this run. Skarmory sets up spikes doing nothing, then Steel Wing for 80 damage. I start stalling and hitting as it switches out to Aggron. I continue my stalling as Aggron sets up a solar beam but loses it to Infatuation. It charges again, and I'm only at 4 double teams, but it misses this time. I max out my double teams and eventually one-shot Aggron with Earthquake, and I'm at full health. I take a chance and go for Earthquake and critically hit Cradilly, and with Almaldo, I get it to miss Slash and get it to red health as Aerial Ace takes out a third of mine. However, it will use up 2 full restores, and I can use that to gradually heal myself. And I do eventually take out Almaldo with 2 Earthquakes. I'm almost at full health for Skarmory, and I reapply the attraction and get a drop in special defense due to Crunch. Skarmory continues to miss, and I get it to red health, forcing a full restore to be used. I'm only doing about a fifth of its health with Crunch, but get another special defense drop, but take another aerial ace to bring me to above half health. With the drops, 3 more hits knock out Skarmory. I'm around 3/4 of my health for Metagross, but could easily be one-shot. It misses its Meteor Mash again, and I one-shot it. I'm in the best health I have been for Claydol, and being consistent, it still hits Earthquake in spite of my double teams for 101 damage as Crunch does a slither below half its health. With no special defense drop, I was anticipating that I'd bring it to red as it misses its second Earthquake. However, I critically hit the second Crunch to actually beat Steven. That and Slugma beating Wallace were the 2 longest and most brutal battles, about 130 attempts and about 9 hours in total, but totally worth it for my ever expanding subscriber base. I do hope you enjoy this run, and I hope you stay tuned for what's in store. I'm Walter Furky 101, and see you next time.